Okay. Well, you should be good. Hold on, I gotta send a picture to Adam because I know Adam hates
We're
me.
alive.
Sure are. I gotta send a picture of this to Adam. That's awesome. Oh man. Anyways, part
I gotta
18.
pull everything up.
Oh,
Yep.
I know, yeah. Me too. Actually, me too, Andrew. Me too. There we go. Love the title of this one
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, it's so true. I gotta put it everywhere. Hold on.
Give me a thumbs up, Brooks. Sweet. Perfect.
Me and my stupid lighting that won't be a problem after today. Okay, gotta put it in the community. Is that cat meowing again to get in here? I'm gonna let her in. Watch this. Hold on. Last episode of season 1 question mark exclamation point. Yeah, that just so happens to be the case.
Hello, Eli.
Oh, Eli, what's up? Good morning. My last thing that I posted in updates was live with Elden Ring DLC. Damn it. And the DLC is very, very, very good. I need to play more.
I meant to ask you about that.
Hold on, let me let this cat in because she's gonna be bitching the whole
let that cat in.
But yeah, I will. I'll answer all the questions. Come here, honey. Come here. I know she came in earlier and then she walked out and then she's demanding again. So now she's locked in. Come on,
Too bad.
come here. We're doing a podcast, honey. Oh, I love this cat.
Oh, did you put it in Discord?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Come here. Where'd you go?
Oh, I just saw it.
Hey, honey. She's below me. She won't sit in my lap, but she will stand next to me. Hey, baby. Sorry, podcast. I gotta pet this cat. Anyway, what were your questions about Elden Ring?
So I want to know: firstly, is it as hard as everybody is complaining about that it is?
No,
I
they're
think.
just a bunch of bitches.
I think that's kind of what the thought that I was having is. Maybe they just suck and they need to get better at the game.
Okay, so like it is hard. I mean, it's hard, right? It is hard. Like the boss design.
Oh yeah,
It's just
it's supposed to be.
They wanted to challenge you, but if you get all the hold on, let me make sure I pronounce it right. If you get all the Scadutree fragments and the remembrances or whatever, then like that's kind of how it's supposed to be. It's not made for you to jump in and immediately just
brute force your way
steamroll the
through
game.
it. Yeah.
That's how it's been for every FromSoft DLC until now, because you know, when I do Dark Souls 3's DLC, which I've beaten multiple times, like when I do that, it's like in-game content. You can access it earlier. You can go to the snowy area. So here she comes.
Hey, Novice, there's your cat.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Novice loves cats. Wait. There she is. Hey, honey. Hey, baby. Are you gonna sit? You just gonna sit here? Anyway, oh yeah, she'll just plop. But yeah, if you play the FromSoft Dark Souls 3 DLC, right? It's in-game content, but so your character's usually 9 out of 10 just jacked out the gills, but it's still hard because it's made to be in-game content.
Yeah.
But you can access it earlier for like upgrades or whatever. But this one, you're meant to explore the world. It's huge. They basically
Yeah.
like undersold how big it was. It's basically Elden Ring 2. It really is.
That's
It's
crazy.
that big. There's
Wow.
I barely put a dent in it because I haven't really had time to play it, but I barely put a dent in the game. And it's amazing. It's huge, but it's awesome. Like, it's so worth playing. I think people are just mad because, like, either, like, I really don't completely get it because, like, maybe they just didn't explore enough and wanted to get all the bosses done. Maybe they just didn't take their time with it like you're supposed to.
A lot of people are 24 hours streaming it, and that's probably a lot of it. So they're trying to beat it like
Yeah, people are trying to, and now we live in a world now to where everything is content. So a lot of people
yeah.
have to get it out quick, and a lot of those people are usually more vocal. So the people that are writing
Yeah.
these reviews and the people that are doing that, but also there are people on Steam who are just like complaining about it, and I don't think it's necessarily warranted. Like, I don't really agree with it from what I've played, but once I beat it, I'll have an idea of um I'll have a better
more
idea.
full
But from what
a
I've
more
seen,
full idea.
cause like the very first boss that I fought was hard, but I beat it in like 10-ish tries,
Yeah.
which is pretty normal.
Yeah, it's about average early Elden Ring or early FromSoft
Cause
game
like you
stuff.
kind of have to get your ass whooped to learn the bosses, right?
Yeah.
So like that's sort of the gist of it. Hold on, let me pull up the. So I don't agree. I think that criticism is like, and the bosses could be designed in a way to be harder on purpose and move really fast. Because I've seen most boss battle, like I've seen the final boss
Yeah.
battle, which I won't spoil if you haven't already seen it somehow. But like I have seen it, and it looks miserable.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. It's the final boss
It
of the
looks
DLC.
it looks now, I'm not gonna say it looks easy by any means. It looks so hard.
Yeah, it does look really hard.
It looks so hard.
And I'll let you know when I whoop its ass. But like
Yeah.
Melania, for example, I think Melania is like one of the most famous hard bosses in games now. And
Sure.
but like for me, Melania, I don't think it's the best boss design. I think like, and I think there are other people that have the same sentiment. It's like either keep lifesteal and get rid of waterfowl, or keep waterfowl and get rid of lifesteal. But Melania has both, and it's even if you block her attack, she'll steal health from you, which is stupid. Everything else about her,
Yeah.
I think, is perfectly fine. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's made to be hard. I think she's a great boss. Just slightly bullshit.
A little too
But it's still doable. Everything in a
Yeah.
literally, that's the best part about FromSoft games. Everything, even no matter how hard it is, it's doable. Like
Yeah.
it is doable. So that's where I stand on it. Let
Eli
me
says,
see.
I just love her lore wise, so I'll always defend her.
Oh, dude, yeah, Melania's got great lore. And then the lore now that I've been diving into it, and by diving into it, I mean letting other people dive into it and listening to what they have to say.
Sure.
It's fantastic.
I've heard this is a big like lore DLC. This
is.
DLC is basically a giant lore dump.
There's tons of revelations lore wise. And it's really, really nice. So anyway, so Eli, Novice, and then Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
So Brian,
Is there anything we want to talk about or do before we really get into the episode?
I'm trying to think.
That's your first mistake.
I know.
The biggest
problem is,
mistake man ever made.
Tried to think.
I'm beginning to think.
Yep. Let me look. Let me pull up some stuff. See if I have anything
There she is.
on.
Oh, hey, baby. Yeah, she's licking me. I love it. Don't flop too hard, or you'll fall off the bed and I'll have to catch you again. Hey, honey.
Let's see here. Do I have anything? I don't think so.
I hope she doesn't fall off the bed. I think she'll be fine. Yeah, she's fine. She's like right at the edge. Okay, I'm gonna.
Ryan Love says, Brooks, can I have a kiss good morning before we start?
That was probably disgusting.
Yes.
So yeah, the answer was yes. Sorry, Ryan.
The answer was yes.
Ryan Love just got slobbered on virtually, but that's fine. I'd do it. I'd do it again.
I'd do it again.
I'll do it again. I can go.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything
Hold on.
in particular.
What is?
Oh.
No, I'm trying to figure out. I want to go full screen to show this cat.
Oh,
Strange.
I'm about to say the screen just went black.
I know. I'm trying to figure out. Where's my camera? My camera should be.
What have you done?
Technology is stupid. Hold on. I'm gonna leave the actually ticker. Yeah, let's leave that. No, just leave chat. Come on, camera. It doesn't matter. Who cares? What? Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Maybe I made a mistake.
Maybe I made a mistake.
Nope. We'll just. This is all you get. That's fine. I threw that in the abyss. You know, I took the chat and the stream to the abyss, which was awesome.
You sure did.
That
was wild.
Anyway, so you want to just hop on in?
Yeah, we can. I think most of this is just going to be us just talking randomly. So.
All right, you ready? Hold on.
Yeah, we can.
All right. We have to get ready. It's mentally prepared. Hold on, I got it.
Blake Aldridge in the chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
LFG Blake. I should be seeing him Tuesday for a writing session, if not later. But all right, you can start whenever you want to, Andrew. We're good to go.
All right. Happy Monday and welcome to the Things We Like podcast with Andrew and Drew. Andrew and Brooks. I'm Andrew. That's Brooks. Brooks, I'm upset.
Why?
You know why I'm up? Because
why?
They're releasing all of this new Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and they butchered one of my favorite classes, and I'm upset about it.
Well, time to get a lawyer.
I know. I'm upset about it. They made the Ranger. They promised that the Ranger would be cool, and then it's just the same thing again, slightly worse, and I hate it.
Damn it.
I'm very upset.
Damn it. Upset. Well, today...
How about you, Brooks?
I'm fine. I had like an hour of sleep yesterday because I couldn't sleep. It was one of those Saturday nights to Sunday mornings to where it's like you can't fall asleep, but you know you have to play the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, it was miserable. And then I overslept.
Straight up, I had the same experience, except I was in wherever. I was in Bluffton.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Playing down near Hilton Head. And... dude, same thing. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and be like refreshed in the morning and ready to go. 12 o'clock, I'm still sitting there going, why can't I sleep? It's the worst.
It was awful. And then like I had a bunch of I always have, my dreams are always bad, by the way. So I was like having a dream. I woke up and my call time was 9, right? And I wake up and it was like 9:10, and I'm like,
good Lord, my call time is 6:30.
Oof, mine used to be.
Yeah.
But y'all probably have like 2 services, or do you have 3?
Yeah, they have 2.
Okay.
They have 2, but they do a big rehearsal, and the campuses are all remote, like campuses.
Oh,
so we have to rehearse and then do like all of our online like stream tests and stuff with the main campus to get, you know, all the video in and whatnot.
Yeah, so
it's a whole thing.
Yeah, so I slept like an hour. I went to bed, and then let's see what happened. I got food. I fell asleep. I took a nap, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just take a nap. And I was gonna wake up. The goal is to go to bed and wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to have a whole brand new day to start.
Yep.
Woke up at like 7, fell asleep. Woke up at midnight, fell asleep. Woke up at like 4, fell back asleep. Set my alarm for 5, slept through that. Woke up at like 9, and then I was like, I got your text, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be ready because whatever.
You were up.
I was up, but
Wasn't ready.
Miserable
Par for the course.
But
hey, guys, this week we named this one F It We Ball because, well, we had to censor it for YouTube reasons. But the fun part about this week is that we're just going to kind of chat because we haven't done that in a long time. We've normally gone in with like things to talk about or like news to talk about or whatever. We've not just like talked about random stuff. And this being the last episode of season 1,
that's
figured
true.
it'd be a good time to just like shoot the shit a little bit.
I don't know. It's going to be nice. So we have a few plans for season 2. Like, obviously, we're going to keep the podcast going.
Yeah.
Funny
been
enough,
super fun.
This is the exact. I didn't really plan this until I did. Like, I just was like, okay, I got to get dressed and do the podcast. So I grabbed this shirt and this hat, and I was like, I had shaved because my face needed a break from this. But this is basically the same look I had when we started the podcast, and I was like, full circle moment. I just pogged.
That's true.
Sorry, I pogged in front of everybody. I'm so sorry.
Pog so hard. Dude.
But
if you're an audio listener, some of this might be very confusing, and I'm apologizing in advance for that.
Yeah, Eli said things that we like to talk about. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
real quick before we get too far into it, I'm going to answer Eli's question about the Bard class real quick. So, no, Eli, they have not actually talked about full Bard class stuff. Bard is a great class. They have, though, released, and I'll drop it in the Discord. They released a new subclass for Bard called the Dance Bard. And it's really cool. Essentially, it's you're like a monk type, like fist hand-to-hand fighter kind of deal, but you like do it through dance. The way you like dance fight. It's really sick, actually. That sounds, and the people who have like talked about it already, like it sounds very, 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 very sick.
A choreographed ass whooping, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
But yeah, sorry, I wanted to answer that before we got too deep into
that's fine.
it.
I noticed he said that, and I'm like, I can't help him.
I didn't want to leave him hanging.
No, I had to. Sorry, Eli, I had to. But so we have some ideas that we are playing with, and we want to talk about that for the next.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about firstly how it's gone for the first 6 months because we're halfway through the year. We started this in January.
Which
pretty
is
much
wild.
like the first Monday, right?
I think
Wasn't
so.
it like
I'd
the
have to
first
go
or
back and
second
look.
Monday?
I can look right now. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I don't even remember. It was like the first or second Monday.
I have
when we did it.
everything. Let's see. I have everything archived, so I just need to go to the things we like. Here it is. Things we like. So the first, it was 4 months ago. And there's that stinking mustache again.
Stinking stash. I don't remember if it was January or not, but we've been going for
a while.
Five-ish months.
Yeah.
I think it's been super fun. It's been a good experiment in like figuring out what podcasting can look like from like because I do a podcast that is really about music stuff. And Brooks doesn't have any content outside of just him live streaming occasionally.
That's true.
So for me, it's been like a nice practice in making something that doesn't have to do with music, which has been really fun for me.
I'm always making everybody else's stuff, so it's kind of cool to have something that is mine. So that's that's sort of my way to look at it. But yeah, other than that, I really don't do content traditionally because I don't want to. I don't have a desire to do that. I like posting stuff that's silly. I like posting stuff that's fun, whatever I
Yeah.
want to do. I still have a million ideas. I have enough ambition for like 3 lifetimes. I feel like Andrew's the same way because we have like a million ideas. Andrew is my idea guy. Stuff. So like
I just like making stuff.
Me
man.
too.
You know what I mean?
It's fun, and in the world today, like it's kind of the only way that creatives can exist and thrive is if you just keep making stuff. So
well, and specifically making stuff that you enjoy making.
Yeah,
I think that's the tricky part, right? It's like it has to be stuff that that you actually enjoy and not just random like things
Just
that
nonsense.
you think will work for the algorithm's sake or whatever.
True.
Yeah, you have to, it's got to be something that you can do for a long period of time, and I think that's like the fun part.
I feel like
doing this.
If somebody was like, here's $1 million tomorrow, they're like, here's $1 million, but you can only live stream, I'd be like, sold. I'd do it.
Well, to me, if it was like, hey, here's $10 million, you don't have to work anymore, I would still do this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
On Mondays, you know what I mean? I would still do this because it's fun.
It is fun, and it's low energy. It's not that we don't care about it, but it's just like you know what I mean. It's just,
we put so much effort into literally every other aspect of what we do.
Yeah, it's
nice to have something that we can that's still productive, but still like in more of a content sense, but still like is something that we enjoy.
Very true.
So let's run some numbers real quick. Let's just talk to everybody about some numbers, how we did the first 6 months, because I feel like that's always interesting.
Do you want to talk about just like the actual podcast channel?
Yeah. So let's talk about the actual podcast channel.
Let's show it off.
I know Brooks in general has gone up a decent amount on his channel, but let's talk about the podcast specific channel. We've had a couple do pretty well for a brand new podcast.
Speaking of which, I didn't even upload the last one because I'm stupid. I'll do it after this. I'm also you can tell
the audio.
Well, no, the actual video, both.
Both.
Because you can tell that my setup is like slowly dwindling because I'm moving. So I'm in the middle of moving right now. So I've just been super, super busy. But like once I'm finally settled and like I'll have I got to make a video talking about it. But let's just look at these. Like the Nintendo Direct one did pretty well.
Yeah. Your Elden Ring one did.
Did pretty cool. The React ones, we basically changed this to Nerds React, and we have our own podcast. So that's when I got really sick. I got sick 3 months ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
First episode's pretty cool. Which one did the most? Well, this one. Nerds React
I think it was as far as the episodes, I think it was Will's episode.
That was a good one.
Did the most like actual numbers? Maybe it could have been the Pokemon.
Yeah, and then there's stuff that you can't see on here, which is like the Instagram and like all the other things.
I was gonna go. I was gonna go through some of those in a minute once we kind of go through these. But I think all of those are interesting. Like, for a channel that, we don't. To be honest, like we don't put like a ton of time into.
It's because we can't.
It's because we can't. Yeah, and for it to have in 4 months 68 subscribers, that's pretty great, and to have a couple videos over 100, like that's really good.
And we have 57 videos already on the channel, which is great. A lot of them are shorts because you can see the shorts.
That output, and the shorts have done really well. Like there's a couple that have done great.
Yeah, for a small channel, the one where Andrew's complaining about Pokemon was great.
Yeah,
I liked that one.
The Brooks and Andrew love canceling plans. That one did really well. That one's down there. That did 2.4.
Yeah, that one did. These the City Pop one did pretty well. This is like, you could tell that the style has evolved a lot. Because like this has evolved a lot from what we do now, because it kind of had to, because expanding the webcams and everything was just not great. And then we started doing these. We started Andrew. I had the idea for this. Andrew had the idea for the look of it. That's a great thumbnail.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And then this one, this one was my favorite one that I've done so far.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes. Okay, I don't know what the hell that was.
It was playing the one below it.
Oh, okay, I see.
You had scrolled down like ever so.
Okay, so this AAA games are blowing ass.
I like it.
Yep. Yep.
That is my favorite one that I made so far.
That's so good.
And then
it's also giving you like ideas to try. The Pikachu in the chair is my favorite.
oh
dude.
yeah, I love that. It's
The
just yeah, it's just a green screen, you know.
Oh no, it's just so funny.
I think generally the Pokemon anime is dog ass.
Yeah, it is.
Oh gosh,
there's
so
somebody.
funny,
Somebody said on my. I'll show you my actual shorts because they perform differently on different channels and stuff. And then I also have.
Yeah, and you have more subscribers, so it goes out to more people.
I do a lot of weird things on mine.
That one did 10K on yours. That's crazy.
I know. Somebody said.
I think
this is just kind of what it looks like. Bro did not watch the X and Y series. No, I didn't. X and Y is still peak for the anime. Changed my mind. Apparently, I have to, and I'll try to respond to every single one of them.
Yeah, a lot of people on TikTok said that the X and Y series was their favorite too.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, so I'd have to check it out and see what. And then sometimes you get comments. It's like, bro, just complaining to be different. I'm like, that's kind of baseless.
I mean, I'm just complaining to complain.
Yeah,
because
I know.
I enjoy Pokemon and
because sometimes like it just depends. Because like there are comments where like most like I would say like 99% of comments are worth replying
Bro,
to.
have you ever listened to a podcast or been on YouTube? Half of it's just people complaining about stuff.
I know, yeah. People make their careers off of complaining about stuff.
I know, dude.
But anyway, it's like
no, that's pretty solid for like first for a couple months.
Yeah, and the numbers are all they're so much better on like Instagram. We did like
dude. So here, I'll do
wanna...
TikTok. I'll do TikTok first. What's up, Dr. Deathwish?
Oh, Dr. Deathwish.
I'm gonna pull up TikTok. So TikTok, we started. So everything got started at the same time. So 4 months ago, TikTok has grown to 479 followers, and we have 74,000 likes in 4 months.
That's cool.
That's crazy. View count wise, like our biggest video is the same on both platforms. It's the Kingmakers video.
I love that. I gotta play it.
And it's 655K on TikTok, which is pretty impressive. The next closest ones to those, the JoJo one actually did really well on TikTok. It's at 20K.
That's crazy because it bombed everywhere else.
It bombed literally everywhere else.
TikTok loves JoJo, which is great.
I mean, that's true. That's just kind of true in general. The Pokemon one of me complaining did about 13. And then, yeah, I mean, the rest of them have been like in the 2K to 5K range. And then we have some that bomb and some that do pretty well.
Yeah, it's so weird. I love, and it's kind of a love-hate thing, but I love and hate seeing how shorts do on different platforms because we'll get like, hey, 10K on YouTube is pretty good because that's probably the worst short algorithm that I've seen and had to deal with. Instagram, if it pops off on Instagram, I'm happy. It could bomb everywhere else, but if it pops off on Instagram, I'm like...
So Instagram has been crazy. So Instagram, first 4 months, we've gone from 0 to 1,264 followers. That's an insane jump in 4 months. 1,200 people in 4 months for a podcast channel that, like, I'm not really following anybody on. I'm following, like, some people, like, some of our friends and stuff, but that's kind of it. It's crazy. Then, as far as like our numbers on that, dude, I mean, we're almost at 4 million views on the Kingmakers short on Instagram. That's insane.
I love it.
4 million in like, I think we did that 2 months ago. Something like that. It was like at about the halfway point.
Yeah.
When we started testing the reaction content.
And it doesn't that kind of growth doesn't translate directly to the channel, which it stinks, but it's like a slow burn kind of deal.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, and I'll talk about this more in a minute. But there's a little bit of translation.
Yeah, there is.
So let me finish going through these that I'm very impressed by. So about 4 million on that one video. That's insane.
Yeah.
And then our recent ones, the Zelda one got 15K and the Metroid Prime 4 one got 45K. And then the Pokemon one did about 2,500. You talking about indie games did 5K.
Yeah.
Like we're consistently in the 2,000 to 20,000 mark. 5,000. I would say 5,000
Right.
to 20,000 mark. And we've scaled up our followers, but like Instagram followers don't mean quite as much as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. But I have noticed, and I can see how many people have like clicked through to our the only link in our Instagram is our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I can look and see how many clicks we have from people clicking our Instagram, going through our Instagram to our YouTube channel.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that analytics type stuff.
So yeah, so I can see. I think it's on each.
Closif.
I think it's on each
Oh, my
post.
throat gave out. Hey, Chloe.
Closif.
Oh, Closifine.
I need to get you like a button or something so that you can just like arm it with Chloe names.
Oh, dude, I record them all, and I just
and
do
then
my
just
favorite one.
anytime they come on, you just like hit up 5 of them or something like that.
Chlorine, Closif, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
all right, so I'm gonna do June to let's do the last 90 days.
Yeah.
That's like April to now update. So that's April to the end of June. We've had 37 external link taps.
Mm-hmm.
So, but 19,000 profile visits. It's really interesting because that means like, a bunch of people have come to the profile, followed us, or come to the profile and not followed us, which is also fine. 2 million impressions is crazy. That's insane. 2.6 million impressions. But 37 external link taps. So a lot I've noticed that if I can get somebody to click on the link to go to the YouTube channel, they generally subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
They generally do subscribe, which is pretty cool. So that's why I think we've gotten those like 68 plus people to subscribe to the YouTube channel on the actual one, which is pretty
Right.
cool. And whenever we go live, and this is kind of going into the future stuff, but like when we start going live on that channel instead of Brooksy's channel, like I feel like that's gonna also help push it a lot more.
Oh
as well.
yeah, so that's sort of the actually a really great segue into like the next portion of this. So our goal right now is we're taking a break for like the next 2 months.
4 weeks.
Well,
At least, definitely till August.
Yeah, at least August. Because
At least until August. I'm unsure about the timing of some of that.
yeah,
but
well that's fine. It's kind of have to be that way. But
It'll definitely be August. It might be September, but that depends on. We're trying to make some fun content. For you
Yeah.
guys.
So in the meantime, usually I have like a bunch of shorts and stuff to post in between. But I haven't been doing that because, you miss a week and it just piles up and piles up and piles up. And I also Andrew and I notoriously always at minimum have at least 1 million things going on at a time.
Yeah.
So it's really
right.
hard to, if you miss it because of like 1 week. So here's what I thought. I told Andrew, I was like, I'm going to be posting all that content in between. And like, if I'm not doing the podcast on Monday, I'm going to be spending Monday to do all of my podcast editing, whether it's like Barndo or our channel, because I don't have to worry about posting the actual episode. I could do all of the in-between content, shorts, reactions, because we have a ton of them just backlogged. It's just in the archives pretty much, and I just have to
We have a ton of stuff, especially for those that have watched us live a lot. Like, we have...
so much.
You've probably only seen about... I mean, you guys know, but we've only posted about half the things that we've
and then like
reacted to or talked about or whatever.
And then the Mario episode, for example, that had a lot of really good bits that I didn't expect to have in
and
there.
had like we've got 0 shorts pulled from that.
I know,
at
so
all.
we could pull like at least 3 to 5 from that stream alone. So there will be content posted to both my channel,
Yeah.
well, all platforms. Let's call it all platforms.
Yeah.
In the meantime, so that way we're not just going to because if we just disappeared and didn't post anything, that would suck and that'd be really
YouTube
bad.
would hate that.
Yeah, because YouTube does hate that. YouTube rewards just
The consistency.
pump and dump. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it would be really great if we could have like a reaction go out.
Topher,
like
what's
once
up, Chris? Yeah, dude, we do. This is like our last. Sorry, Andrew, I cut you off, but this is basically our
you're good.
last part until August/September, which I'll make sure that people are updated and stuff like that. I need to make an update for me personally because I am moving soon.
Yeah, honestly, and it's gonna be. That's the other thing. Brooks is also moving. Which is going to be great. It's going to be good for him. It's going to be good for his financial situation, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, it's going to be good for him just being able to like take a break. That's the other part of July that needs to happen is Brooks just needs a break.
I think we all do, and it's cool because so the idea of how we were going to start, season 2, I guess this is 18.
So we
episodes,
can talk about this. Yeah,
18 episodes for season 1 is pretty damn good.
That's great.
So season 2, what we're going to do is, we talk about D&D a lot on this channel. So what we were going to do is we were going to record like an in-house D&D campaign, and I would be playing for the first time ever. So I waited until marriage. Anyway, sorry. I'm married to the podcast now. So
yeah.
So we're gonna do a live D&D camp. Well, maybe not live as in live stream, but
it won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded.
Yeah, it'll be in person. I guess that's what I mean. So
yeah, it'll be an actual play in person. So my plan, just to lay all the cards out on the table for everybody watching, I have a rough idea for a like a mini one-shot kind of deal for Brooks.
Yeah.
Brooks has always wanted to play D&D. He's never been able to. He's super interested, and I feel like he would have a great time personally. Yeah. On top of that, I think it would be fun content because it kind of goes in hand with what we do. So I'm going to teach Brooks how to play D&D. We're going to make videos on me kind of explaining the general rules and kind of answering his questions as we go. That's going to be an episode. And then we're going to do another episode where we build his character. So we're going to do like a character building episode. And I think that's going to be really fun too. We could talk about a bunch of different options. We could talk about, I can go through different aspects for different character, designs or anything like that. And we can build him. We will probably build you multiple characters, Brooks, and then you'll pick one. And then the one you pick will be what you play in the campaign. And he's going to be playing with a couple friends of mine who also play D&D very regularly, one of which is one of the co-DMs in my group that plays every Thursday. So so he's going to be getting player duties for a bit, and he's like theatrical and good at voices and stuff, so he'll be really fun to have in that as well. So I'm hoping to have 4 players and me as the DM. So it's gonna be a good time. That'll probably end up being a part 1 and a part 2 of that D&D campaign.
Oh yeah.
Because I have a feeling it'll probably go long. It might end up being 3 parts, but we're just gonna play and then we'll cut it up as necessary. But I think it's going to be super fun. That is the way I wanted to start when we come back for the next season, or I guess technically before we come back for the next season. It'll be like a fun little like special mini episode thing. To kind of start back over the summer, and Brooks will actually get his first D&D game under his belt.
So that's cool. I'm glad I waited. So that'll be cool. It'll be like a video project, which is new for what we're doing. So we have Andrew again is the idea guy. So Andrew always has his brain never turns off. So
You're right.
He's always
it's a problem.
Mine too. He in different ways, but Andrew always has a million ideas, and like 90% of them are good. So he has ideas for like video content or certain things, and like so essentially what we're gonna be doing is taking a break, building this season 2 opener, which
Yeah.
will be really cool.
Maybe doing a little bit of rebranding as well, just trying to make everything a little more cohesive.
Yeah, and like maybe hiring out like a visual, like a thumbnail person to do some stuff. And then because so the reason that I'm moving is because of just like money, and I have a million different goals, and like I'm moving back in with my parents just to save money. I love where I live now, but financially I just have too many ideas and too many goals that I need to facilitate with it. You know, the world revolves around money, which sucks, but it just that is objectively true. So that being said, I'm going to be funding a lot of different things as far as like maybe commissioning people for thumbnails, commissioning people for certain things, because I suck at visual art. Like I'm a musician, so most of my stuff is sound, and like I feel like I'm a pretty good streamer, pretty good facilitator of content. Like visually, that's my weakest area. So just finding people that can help me do that would be, and Andrew too, would be awesome. Just kind of taking that load off.
Brooks will be closer to me, so
That's
we could
true.
potentially do some more in-person stuff live as well.
That is only like 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is 30 minutes, you know, like 30 minutes is an hour round trip. So
hey man, it stacks.
It really does, honestly. And I'm just looking forward to having a hard reset, and then when I'm completely in, making a video talking about it. It's exciting. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. And as far as like funding, not only the podcast, but just like the band. We're putting out music and stuff like that. Should be playing some shows later this year. There's just a lot of really good things. It's a lot, but it's all good. That's the positive for that. So
just as far as timeline, my goal is August, probably like the second week in August to get back started
at the earliest,
because the first week is my birthday. So
yeah,
I don't want to.
Our birthdays are close because his is in August and mine's in September, so it's kind of like an in between.
So the other thing was, but that also really depends on how long getting all of this D&D stuff done in July.
And doing it right,
and doing it right, exactly. So if we are able to do everything in July that we want to, and shoot it, it still might not be ready. So that's my worry. And so maybe we can start dropping the episodes that are us doing D&D in August, but not necessarily back to the podcast part until September.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Anything to make our lives easier, because it's like the whole point of this project is to not add more to our plate, but just do something that we enjoy, which is fun. And but we also want to do it well. We don't just want to half-ass it, And
I feel like I'd love to brainstorm, and maybe with chat also, anybody who's in chat right now, any ideas that we could also do for this year. We want to bring on some more guests. That's all another part of this year. The rest of season 2 is we loved having Will on. I thought that episode was super fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was super cool. And it was a good test for like how we would do guests. So I think for the rest of the year, we want to try to bring in a handful of people. I know, maybe a couple of Pokemon folks that Brooks knows.
Yeah, more guests would be great, honestly, just to have them, because they have a lot of cool stuff to say and a lot of cool stories, and like,
there's a couple games that we wanted to play. I had an idea for some stuff instead of just reaction content, doing like some like music anime or music video game collab content. So it would be like, what metal bands would these people listen to from this anime show, or these Pokemon listen to, or something like that. Or what anime would these Pokemon watch? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it'd be able to do some fun little mishmash things like that I think would be super fun. The other thing Topher said, talk about the guess the game thing I talked about.
I gotta let this cat out. But I'm not going anywhere. So
Don't do it. Don't do it, Brooks. Don't do it, Brooks. Don't give in to the wily nature of the cat. He did it. He gave in to the wily nature of the cat. Also, my mouse died, so that's fun. But yeah, if it is anybody else from the chat, open floor plan here, guys. If there's any other ideas that we might be able to take into the next season, it'd be cool. So I think right now we have the D&D Live thing. We have some game show type episodes I think would be super fun. And then more guests. I know Brooks had mentioned, I think you even already talked to Dylan about it.
I haven't talked to him specifically
being
about that, but I bet he would really enjoy that just for like an hour.
Yeah.
You know, obviously not take up too much of his time, but I mean, I know a lot of people that I would like. Honestly, the ultimate goal would be to reach out to creators that Andrew and I love that we don't know.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Hold on, let me go through my subscriptions and then I'll be able to.
Well, and there's some D&D creators I'd love to talk to. There's some Pokemon or video game creators that I'd love to talk to. There's a dude that I watch that does Hollow Knight content I'd love to talk to.
Yep.
Specifically probably when Silk Song comes out. It'd be super cool to have him on to talk about some stuff. Arlo would be awesome.
Oh, damn it, I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. This is what I want. So yeah, here's my subscriptions. I hate this band. A band called Love Sucks. Arlo would be that'd be like a big one for me because like he's mainly just a voice guy, so and just a puppet, so he doesn't really like show.
It would just be cool.
Yeah. And then this guy too, if you never heard of this guy, his name's John, but he has a channel called ARTV. I've been watching him for like years and years. He's a music channel. He talks a lot about music, and
that's cool.
That would be a cool guest. I feel like we'd vibe with him pretty well. Let's see.
I need some cozy content people.
Cozy content. This guy, Beige Frequency is pretty cool. He makes so he'll do speed art, but he'll talk about like stand-up comedy. He'll talk about comedy specials. He'll talk about just like interesting stuff that like these two Hulk Hogan videos are very good. I think actually this one's I watched all of this one. I don't think I've seen this one yet, but you know, if it's anything like this one, it's good. But he'll do like speed art and just talk about like comedy, UFC, just random things, but they're all interesting. Like he's got plenty to say.
No, that's cool.
Let's see.
Carthu.
There they are. People like
Carthu would be sick.
Oh, he would be awesome to have on because he. It's weird because
so
it's
much
like
stuff,
it's
too.
like I skip the people that I know because it's like, oh, I just know them. I know that guy, so it's like
yeah.
But this would be great because he does content super well. Like his brain is amazing and built for content.
Also he just likes a lot of different stuff. So
yeah,
I feel like it would be really fun.
This person also makes really cool videos. Charlanazard makes really good stuff. They were talking about the DLC today. I love variety people like the talk about gaming. They talk about like the whole Drake stuff, and then they'll talk about like, you know, the Dr. Disrespect stuff, which is fucking crazy, by the way. But
Colin and Samir.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Colin and Samir. It's not really our like audience, but it would just be they're just cool dudes.
Yeah, and like I mean, there's some, like CoffeeZilla is way too big. Like James Rolfe's way too big. Like
that's what I'm saying. There's there are people that are just massive. Now there's a dude that I really enjoy.
I'd love to have Matt on too.
Oh yeah,
the
Dungeon
talking.
Dudes. Those are great. Those guys are cool. They would do it. There's a dude whose channel is called XP to Level 3. He's a nerdy dude that I love watching. He's so funny. He's so funny. Gina D would be awesome. She's really cool.
I'd love to have Gino on. Gino's the one that does like all the the challenge runs of. He's my favorite challenge runner of like Elden Ring and Soulsborne and stuff like that. Like he does a lot of no hit runs, and Genji is
Game
amazing.
Boy Luke.
Oh, dude, yeah, Luke would be cool to have on too.
Yeah.
Genji is amazing. He does like story analysis of stuff. So whether the game's like good or not is not really his focus, but he really just digs into the story and the lore of video games. And like he just has a very good aesthetic, and I love his content.
So Topher dropped the Guess the Game link in the chat.
Nice.
So I feel like that would be super fun. Yeah, I checked it out, and I think doing that would be amazing.
Yeah, I try to follow as many people.
Interesting
John
stuff.
Chris.
Old Johnny.
Shout out to old Johnny. But like I try to follow as many people as I possibly can. Kite Tales is also really great for Souls content.
You should check out. I really enjoy Wolf Den, Bob Wolf from the Wolf Den. He talks a lot about emulation and the gamer like space as far as the I don't even know, like laws and things like that. You should check him out.
Would love to have like I'm such a huge fan of like Amber and Emma. There's they're two British YouTubers. I don't want to say British in like an ignorant way, but they do a lot of collab stuff, and they do like gaming content, but they do it in a way that's like more old school let's play stuff, but it's like they do like hour-long videos, and they'll collab and stuff. Cool. Amber is like the best blind runner of anything I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, the most patient, like, oh my god, I love their content so much. I'm trying to find like,
what do they make primarily? Just like Hollow Knight stuff? Or?
Yeah, like she loves Hollow Knight. She did Tears of the Kingdom when it dropped, but
I see Dredge.
Yeah, but they also do like indie games because she's a game developer. Like she works in game development.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. Having some game developers on would actually be really cool.
Yeah,
too.
I would love to pick their brain. It's just like, I don't know how it would be possible to get these people on, but like
you just ask.
Yeah,
you just have to have the audience there in order to make it slightly interesting for them to be like, sure. Like an hour.
New World Review. These guys too. Like, there's anime guys that would be awesome.
Yep. Yeah, there's a ton of anime people I'd be down to have.
So there's just so too many people to list. Oh my god, I'd love to have the President's Play guy. Holy shit, this is like my favorite thing in the world.
It would be. That's a dream for Brooks.
That is. Ratatosker is also incredible. It's one of my favorites. Big FromSoft enjoyer, but also like commented on the new Zelda stuff.
Yeah, there's so many people. That's the other thing is like when you start getting into, we have Shama on just because.
Yeah, Shama's cool too. Yeah.
When we start getting into.
Hey, how about Stuart Copeland, the drummer for the Police?
we could there I don't know, man. There's so many people that make such great stuff. There are so many people that make such great stuff that it's almost an infinite amount of people to have on as guests. That's why guest shows are like really fun. But at the same time, like I don't want to not do. I also don't want to not do like some of our own stuff the way we generally do it, like more topic episodes or. Dude from Nerd Immersion would be really cool. He'd more than likely do it too.
Sorry, this was the
cool.
This was their backup channel. Sorry, I was stupid.
Gotcha.
I was like, why are their videos not showing? Oh, hey, this little known indie guy named Mr. Beast, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he has
all that to say, this guy. There's so many like niche creators. Like, love to have Actman on. Charismatic Voice is a great channel too. Like, so many awesome. Art of Guitar is great. Totally Not Mark would be cool. I try to follow as many people as I possibly can, just to be like, oh, dude, YMS. This one would be a dream of mine to have Adam on from YMS. Like, I've been watching his stuff for years, so just love having tons of variety of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think keeping that in mind, just like being willing to try stuff is, I think that's the best way to go, right? I think we had talked about doing like, and this would probably have to be something that we would do in person.
Yeah.
But we would stream us playing like a game as part of a podcast, like, or maybe as like a bonus episode or something in person together, like maybe, or like 20-person Mario Party or something.
Andrew's first time with Dark Souls, that would be ideal.
Yeah. Dude, what? Yeah, I have never played a FromSoft game in my
I
life.
would love that. And I'm just sitting in the background, just going.
Yeah, like that
fucker.
would be super
You know
fun.
what I mean?
Exactly, that would be super fun because like I did the same thing with you for D&D.
I know,
like,
yeah.
It would be, that's
bitch.
that's
How
like
could
literally,
you?
and we could start it with Sekiro, and
Oh,
with
no,
Sekiro.
I like you too much. I would never sick Sekiro
I
on
do
you.
I do Bloodborne.
Bloodborne's
Honestly,
okay.
I could probably handle Bloodborne.
Bloodborne's
based on what I've
alright.
seen. I could probably do it.
Sekiro, I
I have pretty good reaction.
I love
do
you too
play a
much
lot
to-
of I do play a lot of like platformers, so my reaction is pretty good, and like figuring out puzzles and stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Bloodborne is like, only thing about Bloodborne is like, I really think the beginning of Bloodborne is like very inaccessible, but once you get used to it, the rest of the game is a masterpiece. Like,
yeah,
Sekiro is like,
starting with Sekiro is great.
I love you too much to start you with Sekiro. I would never do that to you.
Yeah. What's up, Chaz? Morning. We're just doing a little chat today, dude. It's pretty low key, honestly. Chaz, and more book content. I'm talking about Chaz, like, Chaz, did you finish that book? That would be Project Hail Mary. Did you? I don't remember if I saw that you finished that or not. It was so good, man. But yeah, doing some more book content stuff, I think would be super fun. Where we could co-read a book, dude. See, like doing a book club, that would be so fun. A monthly book club.
That would be cool.
For the podcast, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
If we said, hey, this month, like big first of the month episode is like where we review the book and then we talk about the next book, or maybe end of the month or something like that. Basically, we pick a month and a portion of the month and then say, all right, we talk about the book from the previous month, and then we say next month we're picking this book, and then we do the next month. Genuinely awesome read, dude. It was so good. It was so good. I am amazed at how good it was. That Project Hail Mary book, especially on audiobook. It was just so well done. That dude was acting his pants off in that audiobook. It was crazy. Also, there's some reasons to do it because a lot of it is like musical. There's aspects of it that are very hard to explain, but there's a reason to listen to it because a lot of it had to do with like things being notes, like music notes, and that is how they communicate. Is like they build a language off of like notes and chords and stuff.
That's cool.
It's very, very cool.
I wonder,
So like listening to that is really interesting.
they play a G, A, and G chord, and then they just look at each other like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's one of those things where I would love to do that. I think that would be super fun. We could talk about the book, and then chat could be involved. That would be super fun. Yeah, being open to different ideas. And maybe we start the book club in the Discord. So those of you who aren't in the Discord, you should get in the Discord. Because a lot of these ideas will probably form from those places.
Yep. So yeah, we have
Brooks,
a ton of.
Any other ideas from you?
Honestly, I'm not really the idea guy. I'm more of a facilitator. So
Chat,
like,
any ideas from any of you guys?
yeah, oh yeah, the Topher the guess the game thing was really cool. I like
Yeah,
that. He
so for doing
mentioned,
the guess the game. He said, imagine starting with Dark Souls 2.
oh god, that would suck. No, yeah, I wouldn't do that to you.
I feel like starting with Elden Ring might be a little bit too bland though.
it would
for
be,
me.
but it's the most accessible. Like,
I know, but I don't care about
oh
that.
dude, if I started you off on Elden Ring, I think I would be doing damage to your social life. Because that game's huge. Now the DLC's out too. Like,
Yeah.
um,
The other problem is, I just don't have the time to play. It would have to be
I don't
something
either.
that I could. But the thing is, it would have to be something that I could play 1 or 2 times
yeah.
and be fine with walking away from.
Oh,
I know
gotcha.
for a fact that Elden Ring would not be that game. I
Yeah.
would want to play that game forever.
I do too, and I have technically more time than you do, and I still
Yeah.
don't have enough time for that game.
So that's another reason why I'm like, I think Bloodborne would be cool because I feel pretty confident. Like, I would love the game. I think it would probably be amazing to play for the first time. It would get
Yeah.
me into the FromSoft world and help me understand it a lot more.
Yep.
But I'd feel pretty confident of being like, oh, I can walk away from this, not finish it, and be
Yeah,
fine.
I hope they release it on PC eventually.
Yeah, because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to play it.
Yeah, I know, right? Unless I just bring my whole PS5 up and have
Yeah,
a
you'd have
different,
to exactly.
different character.
I'd have to get it, or I just get a PS5, which I guess
Mhm.
I could do, but also monies.
I know it's not really worth. I got it because my PS4 died, and most of my stuff was on PS4, so
Yeah.
I have to replay a bunch of games over again. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, like I'd have to replay that whole game over again just to get
Which just dropped on PC.
right. Topher's been into that recently, and I think it was like their first time playing through, which is awesome.
Topher said, "How was the Demon Souls remake? Was that good? Always forget it exists in the Souls
I haven't.
world."
I need to buy it. I haven't played it yet, but I love
They
Demon's Souls.
did they? Was it a PS4 remake?
PS5. It was just
It was a PS5 remake. Okay.
well, they remade it from. They basically made it from the. I don't want to be wrong about this. Demon Souls remake.
Was it similar to like how they did the Metroid Prime remake, where it was like all of the game was still there, but all of the assets were completely like
See,
retouched?
I don't really know because there's remakes and remasters, right? So
Yeah.
remake is
Well,
like
and
I think
but
they
also but also like Metroid Prime was kind of not fully a remake and not fully a remaster.
right. So there's
Because
gray
it was
areas.
literally the exact same game. So it wasn't like a Final Fantasy VII remake where it is not the exact same game beginning to end.
right.
But it also wasn't a remaster where it was just like an upscaled version of the game. Like they went in and did handiwork on Metroid Prime to like they replaced assets, they cleaned up everything, they like changed some of the way that the game feels a little bit to make it better and updated a lot more.
Uh-huh.
But the game itself was still the same beginning to end.
Yeah, so I always get confused, but like remake, I think they made Demon Souls from the ground up. The new one, I think they
Nice.
made it from the ground up, and but a remaster would be like they have the code for it and they just make it a little better.
Yeah, and they upscale it basically. They do like a 4K upscale,
Oh my god!
which normally doesn't always like
2020.
work out.
That
Yeah,
I
that game
can't believe
came
it's
out in
been that
2020.
long.
Yeah, dude. But that's when the PS5 came out. It was one of the launch titles, right?
Again, probably my favorite Ratatosker video is him talking about the difference between Demon Souls remake and the original, how they lost a lot of subtlety and subcontext from the art direction, and how the people that were talking about that's just the chat. How they were just talking about like I think that even the developers of the remake were like, "Nah, this is better," even when it was. So
Yeah.
but I mean, functionally and like as far as accessibility goes, it's awesome, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as retaining everything that made Demon Souls, they do drop the ball on that a little bit from what I've seen.
Yeah. Tover
So-
says Dark Souls 2 would benefit from a remake, from a from the ground up remake. It's the only way some people will even consider playing it at this point.
True. Dark Souls 2 is a beautiful disaster. It's great and horrible at the same time. I think having it remade because power stancing is great. There's so
Is
many.
that like one of the main mechanics in it?
Yeah, well, it introduced power stancing, and now every game after that has power stancing.
Gotcha.
So that was a huge deal. And then there's so many other things that it did right, but there's so many other things that it did wrong. Like having a limited, hold on, sorry, a limited movement range where you're limited to 8 directions when you move, which is really stupid. Is not full analog. And then like the stamina system, where it's like if your stamina runs out, you have to slowly wait for it to come back. It's like, I guess it's good to emphasize stamina management, but at the same time, it's just a hard punishment for that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
yeah, it's like harming you for playing the game.
yeah, they basically they lean too hard into punishing the player, which I hate that. Like it's part of, like Dark Souls did it well. Like the only thing you're punished for is not knowing what's going to happen next. And then when you do it right every time.
Is Estus drinking being its own stat?
Yeah. Adaptability. Fuck adaptability. Just Jesus Christ. Like you can build a character around adaptability, but it's like if you don't have a baseline ADP, like you will not be able to dodge roll properly. Like it's
Oh, that's so dumb.
it is really dumb.
So they basically nerf aspects of the game if you don't level up correctly?
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because that doesn't make... I mean, obviously, it's an older game. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they would go back and tweak a lot of this stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
But it just doesn't make sense to... Even when that game was made, it didn't make sense to do that. Because there were games doing very similar things that didn't do that. I guess they were trying to be like, we're going to make the most hard game possible.
Well, I think Miyazaki was focused on Bloodborne's development at the time. So
Gotcha.
Dark Souls 2 is basically the B team making stuff. And I still think they made a pretty solid product, all things considered, because the development of that game was like really rough from what I understand.
What system did that come out on?
PS3?
Okay.
I remember pre-order. Well, did I pre-order Dark Souls 2? I think I just bought it. I pre-ordered Dark Souls 3 from Walmart, I think, and that was the worst thing I could have ever done. Because I was supposed to get this like really nice 10 edition, or like this really nice version of it.
Yeah, like
But
deluxe edition version.
Yeah, but they just didn't have it. They're like, well, we don't have it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you don't have it? I fucking pre-ordered it. Like, what do you mean? Simply, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It was stupid. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I just remember that being a disaster.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, no, maybe that's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Having me play a Soulsborne game.
Oh, I
or
would love that.
A FromSoft game. Yeah, me playing a FromSoft game, specifically a Soulsborne game, for the first time, I think would be interesting.
Yep, I think
you just made me play Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 is really good.
Yeah, I that's what I mean. I feel like that's also a game where I could get into it.
Dark Souls 3 is more linear.
Understand it all.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where I start. Is Dark Souls 3
much more linear? I think you would love Dark Souls 3.
And probably a lot more accessible.
It is more accessible, yeah. It's basically I love the idea of Dark Souls 3 because it's kind of like, all right, here's a straight line you run through, just go beat up some really cool bosses.
Cool.
And it's
great.
like, yeah, I know. It's pretty accessible for people who like the combat. And I think Dark Souls 3 combat has the best combat. Like Elden Ring is close, but Elden Ring is also a little too fast. Elden Ring
drops you in and then you're killing stuff in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, then
and it's like kind of tough.
Elden Ring's combat is almost perfect. But
really?
I think that the fact that they can string combos back to back to back to back to back to back to back is kind of annoying. I still love it, but it is objectively a little more annoying than like.
Topher says they think DS1 is the best place to start.
It is great. Dark Souls 1 is a great place to start.
Mainly, it has the best vision for what they wanted in the universe.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I think Dark Souls 3 is the best for combat. Dark Souls 1 is the best for the overall experience of a FromSoft game.
Sure.
Because there's really good game design, but there's also like the classic jank.
Yeah. Did they ever remake Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, yeah, it's the Dark Souls remastered.
Oh yeah.
That's like the best way to play it. And people, side tangent, but people were bitching about that, which they do have a right to bitch about it because they could have fixed like the online stuff. They could have fixed some stuff and made it a little bit better. But basically, it's just the exact same game. It just runs better. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
The PC mods look better, but like you don't have to mod it anymore. Like you don't have to. You can if you buy Dark Souls Remaster on PC, you can mod the shit out of it. And I'd love to do some randomizers and stuff like that eventually of those games, but
yeah,
it's also.
I mean, either one. I'll let you decide what I play. I feel like it would end up being DS1, DS3, or Bloodborne, though.
Yeah,
it would end up being one of those three.
Yeah, but anyway, that's pretty much all I got for today.
Yeah,
that's
all I got for
this
today.
Episode.
More of just hanging out.
Yeah, just chill, share the vision, and
yep.
You know, I'm so tired. I'm still so tired. What the hell?
I have a handful of things to get done today, but yeah, no, it's it would be a fun time to do all of the things that we've said. Brooks, am I good to sign us off?
Mm-hmm.
You look like you're about to fall asleep.
I'm always about to fall asleep.
I mean, that's true.
The sun faded, and now it got darker in my room, and I think Lola was mad because she was meowing to get in my room again. She used to make up her mind. But
gotcha.
Sign us off.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for listening and watching to the Things We Like podcast, season 1. The outro will change a little bit now because now I want you to go and hear me out. I want you to go to @ThingsWeLikePod on YouTube and make sure you are subscribed.
Yeah, damn it.
Make sure you are subscribed because all of the content we've talked about, all of the new streams when we come back, everything is going to be on the Things We Like Pod YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed there, you might miss it, and I don't want you to do that because I want you to come hang out with us and have a good time.
True.
So on top of that, if you like listening but don't necessarily like watching us, we will have all of these available once Brooks gets them uploaded to audio platforms. And
God damn it, got dark in here. What the hell?
Yeah, it did.
Hold on.
You can check it out there wherever you listen to podcasts. And then also make sure you follow us on Instagram or TikTok, whichever one. We're going to prioritize Instagram, but we're going to be there on TikTok too @ThingsWeLikePod. Very, very excited. Topher, I'm sub 69. Let's go. Nice.
It's fate.
Nice.
That's so good.
Let's go. So, yes, make sure you're sub to following us on TikTok and Instagram @ThingsWeLikePod. We'll post random clips of stuff there or funny little reacts. If you miss the live stream, a lot of our reaction content ends up over there anyway. Mm-hmm. So, cool. I love you all, and I'm super glad that we get to do this. Brooks, send us out.
Love you guys, and we'll see you in season 2. Okay, we're good.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah, we sure did. So that's the last one. I gotta upload this Friday and then upload 17 today. I cannot believe I forgot to do that. I knew I was forgetting something. I think I was walking around my house like.
You need to do that, and you need to make sure that all of them are uploaded to audio as well. Because I don't know if you uploaded.
I did
to
not.
Audio. I don't know what you've done to the audio.
I've done them all except the part 17. So.
The one that you didn't upload the video for?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure. Yeah, I see 16.
I totally
I see 16. I was making sure that I didn't miss it.
That's so funny. But yeah, I keep forgetting. It
no,
literally
it's fine.
went overcast and it ruined my whole lighting. But this is the last week I'll have to worry about that. So I'm gonna get a black whatever that something to put over my setup.
Later, Chaz. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out.
I think
dude.
we'll go ahead and end the stream here because we both have stuff to do today, and I need to I need a shot of adrenaline or something.
For
Just,
sure,
like, right in
dude.
my thigh, just like.
Chaz, let's talk in the Discord about trying to do some book club stuff. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
Sweet. All right, we'll see y'all in a month.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
something
stream.
like that.
I'll stream, so you'll see
Yeah,
me
yeah,
earlier. But
yeah. It just won't be podcast stuff
yeah.
for a bit.
All right.
Love you all.
Love you guys. Bye.